Frank.
Hi.
Hold on 1 second. I have Shannon as well.
Okay.
Frank, are you still there?
Yes.
And Shannon, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks.
So Frank, what we were hoping to do is I want to talk to you about something, and I thought it would be really beneficial if you let me just say what I'd like to say, and then I will listen to you, and I will not interrupt you. Just want to make sure that we have a mutually respectable and respectful conversation. So is that agreeable to you?
That is agreeable. I have not been disrespectful to you in the past.
Okay. Thank you, Frank. So Nielsen has determined that your behavior has become unacceptable, inappropriate, and unprofessional. We have continued to pay you even though it was not required. You have been insubordinate. You've mistreated people both inside and outside of Nielsen. You've refused to do things a number of times that you have been asked for. And for these reasons, Nielsen has made the decision to part ways with you and terminate your employment effective immediately. We simply have lost faith that you can perform your role because of the behaviors that you've exhibited. So we will pay you to the end of the week, even though it is not required. And in order to create, hopefully, a meaningful exit, we are willing to offer you a severance, as per policy, which is 7 weeks, should you sign an agreement and general release. So now, Tracy does have to talk to you about returning some items, and we are very happy to now hear your perspective.
I feel this is retaliation because none of you did confirm receipt of that last email against Tanner Tate. In addition, there has been things reported that Nielsen has not really looked into. I said something about the John Payton issue, things like that. I definitely feel this is retaliation. I'm not going to argue with your decision because this could be. There's no point in arguing against this decision. I disagree. I definitely feel managers, especially Tanner Tate, has been harassing me, discrimination, retaliation, promoting racism, things like that. So I don't really think, I think you definitely, both of you made your decision already. So there's nothing I can say to change your mind. And so basically I believe that basically it's the decision, and then things like, oh, you're abusive, I mean, that is untrue. And then in addition, I do feel that's a bit of retaliation coming forward. In terms of like, oh, you have been insubordinate, basically I am sticking up for, work safety and things like that. And so I think this can be discussed at a later point in time, whether it be, in the court of law or etc. I'm going to decline the severance because I don't want to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay. I can confirm to you that we did receive your email regarding Tanner, and Nielsen will look into that.
Perfect. I don't believe it's sincere. I've been trying to contact Shannon, speak to Shannon about it, but then I was said I could not work, things like that. I don't feel that the process, especially the being misled, especially with transferring of workers' compensation from that thing in Cedric to the Washington State. I don't feel that is fair. And then you did mention that no, Nielsen didn't have to, but they basically are paying you throughout those things. But in that letter, it did state that you're using my vacation days, my sick days, personal days. And in fact, I think there was one extra personal day because I worked on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, because Tanner said that he can't really get it added on automatically. He had to keep track of that himself. But basically, from my understanding, is if you work a holiday, you get an extra day. I don't think that was addressed. I mean, didn't bring it up because it wasn't really important, but he did say he was going to keep track of it himself, of people working holidays, because the policy is you're going to get an extra personal day. In regards to the Nielsen's been paying you, things like that. Well, Nielsen was the one that told me not to work, especially wanted to see the doctor, get an x-ray, then I was told not to work. And if you can give me clarification, So basically, Tanner, who Tate, was basically the driving factor with this.
No, this is Shannon, by the way. I think you mentioned that Shannon hasn't responded, but I am Shannon Buggy.
Yes, I said you have not responded via email to that receipt of confirmation of getting that email to me. Basically, I asked you if, please, email receipt of email, meaning like you got the email or things like that. I definitely feel, basically, definitely lots of retaliation. I mean, this can be, I don't want to discuss it here. I mean, it's not the right time or place to discuss it right now, especially when you guys made up the decision. And, go ahead.
Well, thank you for your perspective. Tracy, do you want to go over the property?
Sure. So Frank, you have some Nielsen assets which obviously need to be returned. You have a Surface Pro AC adapter, the Surface Pro pen and stylus, the car power inverter, an iPhone, and their cables and plugs, and a MiFi.